First and 10 at the Orlando 14 for Baltimore, knocking on the door, trying to extend their lead. Apologize for the technical difficulties there. That one was on our end. From the 14-yard line, Dazzo to throw. Dazzo's pass, nearly intercepted, threw it right to a defender. Haven't seen as much Stephen Lambert tonight. Peterson was there to defend the pass. That was to be expected. In talking with owner Kyle Walsh, got Lambert, or at least trying to apply more pressure on the quarterback this year, at least in the short term. Second and 10 of the 14. Orlando needs a stop to hold this to a two-score game. Two receivers and Snyder in the backfield. And they're going to swing it out to Snyder. Past the 15, stays in bounds, breaks a tackle, 10, 5, touchdown, Baltimore! That one much needed to break the Orlando momentum. And the Crabs can finally breathe again, as the bugle sounds. Not a good possession there for the Orlando defense as they settle back in their own ways. Dazzo's second passing touchdown of the night. Snyder's third total touchdown of the night. First receiving, he has two rushing touchdowns prior to that. The extra point is good. We saw a blocked extra point yesterday if you weren't here to see that. So 5:40 remaining in the third quarter, and Baltimore's lead now back up to 18, a three-score ball game. From the 10, Parker on the return up to the 34-yard line. Like to shout out to all those in the chat tonight: Servo Sentinels, Vertigo, Football Dude 93, Lebo 5 Willie. Forgive me if I'm misspelling it or mispronouncing it. X Factor 56, New York Knights, Sanford 010, Ramos Lynn, T Paternity, TJ CAG SFL, and USS Midway. Hope you've enjoyed your evening on the SFL Network, even though it's been a little wacky. 31-13. Matsumoto drops to throw. Off his back foot. Fires it wide open across the field. What an impressive play. That time there from Matsumoto, as Gage has his third tackle of the night. But how about this throw all the way across his body to a wide open Thomas Gunner, who got in between the zone of Eddie Gage and Kenneth Lyons. The catch wasn't the impressive thing. It was how Matsumoto got the football out there to Gunner. First down to the Baltimore 38, a pickup of, let's call it 27. Math a little fuzzy there. Two backs and two receivers as Matsumoto changes the play. That's a top play nominee for this first week of the preseason. Toss play out to Zach Parker, and Zach Parker is stuffed again. And I tell you what, if anyone is going to be happy after tonight, it's going to be Joel Lynn. His defense has allowed next to nothing in the running game and only 6 offensive points from Orlando. The Baltimore defense has looked stout this evening. Two backs and two receivers. Crabs showing blitz. They rush just 4. Matsumoto deep down the field. Oh, planted at the 20, incomplete. Thomas Gunner takes a huge shot right in the middle of the field for all to see. Not a Kodak moment if you're Gunner's mom. 3rd and 11 at the 38. Orlando still outside of field goal range. Four wide receivers, 2 to either side, ball on the right hash mark. Be a 55-yard field goal for Franklin Reese. That would be a career long. Matsumoto deep, drop back to throw. That pass is, wow, he caught it on the sideline. A 14-yard gain to Thomas Gunner on a 3rd and 11. And let's get another look at this. That's a beautiful toe-tapping grab, and if you saw the rain or the water droplets pop up in the area of the catch after that, that is just beautiful 8-year-old graphics right there. 2 backs and 2 receivers, 1st and 10 for the Baltimore 24. Orlando in scoring position. Matsumoto back to throw. That pass is caught. 20-15, 10. And Orlando has a 1st and goal at the 6-yard line. That was Thomas Gunner again. And Thomas Gunner, it's been his drive as Orlando tries to cut into the deficit, or cut it back to 11, I should say. First and goal from the 6, left hash, 2 backs and 2 receivers. A 4-3-4 look for Baltimore, who shifts the defensive line from left to right. Matsumoto to throw, going back of the end zone, and he's out of bounds. Lorenzo Allen trying to get those toes in. Couldn't quite get it done. 2nd down, goal to go.
2nd and goal.
Shotgun formation now, split backs. Outside blitz showing from the right-hand side, now from the left. They back off. Matsumoto pump fake, got the defensive line to jump. Zach Parker nowhere to run, he's going to lose a yard. Oto Matsumoto now 200 yards, but 2 interceptions on the night. Dazzo up to 228, has that 1 interception in his 2 touchdowns. It's now 3rd and goal, and the Crab fans rising to the feet. They're the ones that have stuck around through this rainy night in Baltimore. 4 wide receiver set. Now a 3-down lineman look for the Crabs. And a quick drop back from Matsumoto. Throws a quick slant to the corner. They ruled him out of bounds at the 1-yard line. Or ruled his forward progress stopped at the 1-yard line for Thomas Gunner. And if I'm Orlando, I think about challenging that play. Although it looked like a brilliant stop by the Baltimore defense. And because of field goal, cuts it back down to a 2-score game. Orlando has no choice but to send Franklin Reese out there, and the offense once more does not reach the end zone. A frustrating night for Orlando owner and offensive coordinator Kyle Walsh, as Franklin Reese's 18-yard field goal is up and good with 2:39 to go. That was close. Looked like Gunner was in, but that's just a terrific tackle on the goal line. Definitely did not look like the ball crossed the plane. Maybe he did. I might just be a little biased as Orlando kicks it away. From the 4. Baltimore on the return past the 20. Up past the 25 and to the 28-yard line. Still a 2-score game. At 31-16, the other defensive coordinator, Sandy Campbell, probably not as happy. Although he's going up against a Baltimore Crab offense that has never proven anything but excellence. Hand off to Elliott Snyder. He lost 2 yards. One thing they have been good against, as Chris Farrat gets his 3rd tackle, is Elliott Snyder up the middle. And what would this game be if Elliott Snyder did not have that one big run in the first quarter? We'd have a 1-score game right now.
Down! Sit! You're not going nowhere! Leopard! Leopard! Go back! Go back!
Swing out to Snyder. That picks up 1 yard. 3rd and 11.
Third and 10 from your Crab. 27 yards.
Down. This is my half of the field. Single back. Single back.
Offside, free play. Snyder will take a screen pass. He will get the first down. Gutsy play from Elliott Snyder once again out of the backfield. First down, Crabs.
Neutral zone infraction. Number 93, defense. The penalty is declined.
Mike Dazzo tonight, a rating of 104.5, 242 yards, 2 passing touchdowns.
Down. Sit. Here we go. Here we go.
And Mike Dazzo drops to throw. Deep ball down the middle, off the hands. A rare drop pass from Demetrius Outdat. Oh man, that would have been a nice play down the field. Another look at it, Outdat. Ugh. He doesn't miss those. Second down and 10.
Second and 10. Ball at the 40 yards.
Haven't heard anything tonight from Jasper Lennox, the rookie defensive end for the Intimidators. He wears number 90. Although he might be, Elliott Snyder breaks a tackle. Nice piece of running right there. He might be helping out stopping Elliott Snyder tonight, so I can't say that he's been totally absent, but haven't seen him in the sack game at all.
Third and 3. Ball at the 37 yards.
Down. Sit.
Under a minute to go in the third quarter. 3rd and 3 for the Crabs, 31-16. Both teams have had a lot of opportunities in a back-and-forth contest here in Maryland. Play action. Fooled me. Dazzo looking for quick, and he overthrew him. That was Jasper Lennox applying some pressure in the face of Dazzo on that play, and Orlando's defense comes away with a stop. There's a look at the beautiful ship and craftsmanship, no pun intended, of this stadium. Coming up tomorrow night, the Minneapolis Maulers travel to San Francisco. Very, very intriguing matchup in that one, as San Francisco finally has a running back as Zach Parker returns up to the 23-yard line. Minneapolis, brand new offense, brand new owner, brand new team in action for the first time. A lot of owners eager to see what he can do. In San Francisco, they were just 1 minute away from a potential championship just a few months ago. You could see the other upcoming preseason games on the bottom ticker as well.
You lied today. Sing back. Sing back. I got you over here.
25 seconds remaining. 1st and 10 for Matsumoto from the 23. Matsumoto checks it down to Parker, and his momentum carried him out of bounds for a 4-yard loss, and that drops Matsumoto back down to 203 yards of offense. And 2nd and long is not where this team wants to live tonight, because they have not been able to run the ball whatsoever.
Second and 13.
2 wide receivers and 7 in the box for Baltimore. Matsumoto, quick slant, that pass incomplete. I think Matsumoto got a little excited, saw Lorenzo Allen with a crease down the left-hand side and just put it out too far in front of him. Defense from the Crab fans. 3rd and long for Matsumoto. Converted a 3rd down and 11 on the previous drive. 4 receivers for Matsumoto. Drops to throw. Matsumoto steps in the pocket, gets away just in time, and he threw a completion. That's Thomas Gunner again, just ahead of the sticks as Kenneth Lyons shoved him out of bounds. But a heck of a job by Matsumoto to just get the pass away, and Lyons is lucky he was not flagged for a late hit out of bounds. And that is the end of the third quarter. Baltimore 31 and Orlando 16. This is the Crab Radio Network on 96.1 WBCR The Drive.
To your health. Because the more water you drink, the better you feel. So make your body happy. Drink more water.
Drink, drink, drink.
Welcome to Mini of Baltimore.
I'm looking for something that fits my style.
There are many customization options to make it your own, including John Cooperworks Performance Kit and even dog accessories. Fits you perfectly.
Your Mini comes with a 3-year, 36,000-mile maintenance plan that covers all your oil changes and brakes.
Thanks for shopping at Mini of Baltimore. Come see us in Cooper anytime.
Get motoring with Zero to Motor Lease deals going on now.
Hi, Tom Bodette. Everyone's saying frugal is the new cool. Well, I have two quibbles with that. First, cool is subjective. Some think head-to-toe leather is cool. It's not. It's one man's opinion. And second, frugal isn't the new cool because it's the old cool. Motel 6 has been saving people money with the lowest price of any national chain since before it was cool. I'm Tom Bodette for Motel 6, and we'll leave the light on for you. Book online at motel6.com.
The fifth quarter. 60 minutes after the game, when you finish the competition for good. Take in protein, start rebuilding muscle, and stay in the game. He's in the fifth quarter. Are you? Protein to rebuild muscle. Gatorade Recover, part of the G Series.
Baltimore Crab Football on 96.1 WBCR The Drive is brought to you by Motel 6. We'll leave the light on for you. By Old Bay Seasoning. By Red Lobster. Seafood differently. And by Under Armour. We must protect this house. Start of the fourth quarter here from Baltimore. You just saw one of Baltimore's ports in our transition. You'll see many different sights and sounds or sights of host cities throughout the season during timeouts as that pass is complete out of bounds. Thomas Gunner picks up 4 yards and brings up a second down and 6. Still just a 2-possession game. Let's take a look at how the first 3 quarters stack up. Orlando just 1 rushing yard, but hanging tough in the passing game. Overall, just 220 yards of offense to Baltimore's 327. But Orlando actually has more first downs than Baltimore and has had 15 third down attempts, 6 converted. Those 2 turnovers have hurt as well. 2nd and 6, back to pass is Perez making the catch from Matsumoto. A 2-yard gain brings up 3rd down and 4. Baltimore next home game, Sunday, February 8th. As you look at Thomas Gunner, 10 catches for 125 yards tonight on 13 targets. He's been impressive, but this offense needs touchdowns at the moment. 3rd down and 4. Matsumoto back to throw, wide open. Baltimore just can't do that. Isaac Perez, another catch. And another move of the chains for the Intimidators, their 13th first down of this ball game. Anyway, next home game for the Crabs, Sunday, February 8th, 6 p.m. Central kickoff. It will be the official home opener. Legends looked good yesterday in the thumping of Cleveland, 40-26. Get your tickets to the Crab box office. And we'll be giving away tickets at 96.1 WVCR. The Drive, a long pass is knocked away. And Kenneth Lyons there to make a nice play. Thomas Gunner has been carving up Lyons in this second half.
2nd and 10 from the Intimidator, 27 yards.
11:46 to go in the fourth quarter, 31-16. Orlando down by 15 with the ball and driving. Quick drop back, a swing out to Parker. That's a 3-yard gain, and check that. That is the fullback out of the backfield, Doc. 3rd and 7. Parker went the other direction. You are listening to Baltimore Crab Radio, WBCR The Drive, 96.1, Baltimore, Maryland. Watching the SFL on SFL Network on Twitch.tv and on SimulationFL.com. Matsumoto back to pass, another check down, this time to Parker, and this time not as successful. And if I'm Orlando, I'm not really liking that play call, but a great defensive play dialed up from the Baltimore defense, and once again, Orlando's offense stalls out and they'll have to punt it away.
All day, you get shut down.
Orlando's kick to the 12. And the Crabs, not much on the return, only up to the 14-yard line, so we haven't really had bad field position on either side tonight. This is probably the worst of the night for the Crabs. First and 10 at the 14-yard line. Hand off to Elliott Snyder. Snyder, two people miss, and that's a first down to the 27-yard line. A 13-yard gain, and Snyder is 3 yards away from 100. Elliott Snyder, look at that juke on A.J. Lacoste. Making him look stoops out there. First and 10 at the 27, 31-16. Baltimore on top. Orlando desperate for some stops here. Orlando's been to Baltimore once previously, and in that game, Kevin Walker threw 7 picks. Screen out to Snyder, makes one miss, and then gets plastered at the 26-yard line. That is Stephen Lambert with the big hit. No gain. Baltimore just has not been able to put the Crabs away. 24-13 at the half, so they have.
Watch the counter. Watch the counter. Double tight wing.
Dazzo to Snyder, picks up 1. 3rd down 9. Have you ever had a blank out moment? I just had one of those. All I'm trying to do is connect with the general public. So forgive me if you expect perfection. 3rd down and 9 from the 27. 9:10 to go in the ball game. It's a big 3rd down here for Orlando. Dazzo back to pass. Dazzo steps in the pocket. He throws a pick off at the 45-yard line. Second interception of the night for the strong safety, and Orlando is in business. Their defense forces the second Dazzo mistake of the night. Pass intended for Outdat. and he has been much better covered since his first quarter surge. And don't look now, but the Orlando Intimidators continue to hang around in this game. Hugh Blake, another big play.
Down. Set.
4 wide receiver set.
Single back. Single back.
Matsumoto out to Parker. Couldn't stay in. No gain, second down. Boy, Matsumoto, he's got to be racking up the completions. I took the liberty of looking at the number of plays that were run through the first 3 quarters. 54 to 52 in favor of Orlando. This game has been so much about a lot of plays in a little amount of time, it would seem, and these teams have been in a war all night long. Parker, a pickup of 2. Brings up 3rd down and 8. A lot of passes resulting in stopping the clock momentarily because they were to the sideline. I think that has something to do with it. 8:20 left. And again, at 3rd and long for Orlando. If they don't get anything off of that interception, that is a huge victory for the Crabs and could be the icing on the cake in this game. Matsumoto down the middle. That is caught. Another big 3rd down conversion by Thomas Gunner. Kenneth Lyons has not had a good night tonight defending Gunner. This second half, he has just gotten owned. Sandy Campbell, poor guy. It's probably 3 o'clock in the morning over there across the pond. Matsumoto back to pass. That pass is caught past the 20. Allen, pickup of 7 to the 18-yard line. And Orlando is in the red zone. Please continue to leave comments about our graphics and commercials and packages and all that good stuff. It's good to hear all the feedback. Still working out some bugs and kinks. Not at full strength commentary-wise. I don't have any stats in front of me from last season, etc. But by the start of the regular season, we'll be full speed ahead as that pass is incomplete off the hands of Isaac Perez. We'll get another look at it here. Slant inside, and Poachman again. Just coming in there and making a perfect play on the football. This field is a mess, particularly at the 30 behind Matsumoto. Can't imagine what it would have been like if the rain was worse. 3rd down and 3. Matsumoto to throw, and he tried to force it inside, and it's incomplete. 4th down. Thomas Gunner, that's the 16th time he's been targeted, and they will have to trot Franklin Reese out there again to kick a field goal. And I don't necessarily agree with the decision. You're down 2 scores. You're still down 2 scores after this and would still need 2 touchdowns. I'm surprised Orlando not going for it here, although there is still a lot of time, but especially since the Intimidators have struggled offensively. 35-yard field goal is good from Franklin Reese. And with 6:56 to go in the ball game, it's 31-19. 4 field goals for Orlando and a punt return for a touchdown from Zach Parker. Preseason is all about impressions and seeing what you can improve on as a unit. And I definitely think tonight, if you're an Intimidator fan, it's trying to get the run game going as the return gets up to the 26-yard line. If you're a Crab, pretty pleased with the effort, but Mike Dazzo is still interception prone. Something to chew on. Elliott Snyder just a few yards short of a 100-yard night in the preseason. We'll see if he gets a carry here. No, it's going to be a swing out to him. 25 to the 29, a 2-yard gain. That's it. Elliott Snyder now 14 catches for 51 yards. Orlando is probably sick and tired of covering that guy. Second down 8. It's a 12-point game. Three wide receivers. Dazzo back to pass. Deep ball. Dazzo got an open man. That is sick Nick T. quick to the Orlando 47. A crab call and a Baltimore first down. This is just a rocket. And Mike Dazzo knew from the beginning of that release that he was going to have his man. Two backs and two receivers for Baltimore. Orlando looking for a defensive stop they desperately need. Out to Outdat, who stays in bounds, picks up 7 yards to the Orlando 40. So again, the upcoming schedule, don't forget that tomorrow night, very good matchup, Minneapolis at San Francisco, as you look at Dazzo's night, 23 yards away from 300. Next Saturday begins preseason action. Oklahoma City will be in play. We'll get to see Joseph Redfeather in a Renegades jersey for the first time. Elliott Snyder, big hole up the left-hand side. Spin cycle to the 24. Another crab call to Baltimore first down. And Elliott Snyder, well over 100 rushing yards on the night. Look at that block. Oh, man. Somebody got destroyed down there. We're going to have to figure that out. In postgame, I feel an excellent picture coming up. Two receivers. This is not good for the Intimidators. As Baltimore cruising down the field, Snyder puts the stiff arm out and gets to the 18-yard line, his 15th catch of the night. And for the most part, it has proved to be pretty effective for Vertigo's offense. That's one thing that he did not lose with T-Pat leaving the team to go coach Minneapolis. That screen game with Elliott Snyder. A pretty good combination between Snyder and Dazzo. Orlando needs to at least force a field goal here. Baltimore can finally put this game away with a touchdown. Handoff Snyder. And he lost a yard, and that's generous. Third down 6. Moreau coming up to make the tackle. .340 to go in Week 1 preseason action. Things just getting started in Season 4 of the Simulation Football League. 3rd and 6 from the 20. Two backs and two receivers. 5 on the play clock. Down to 2. Handoff Snyder, actually, that is the backup to Snyder, and he picks up a first down. And there is Lennox's night, just 3 tackles, nothing more. How about Corey Chandler coming in on a big 3rd down play? And he just shoved Lennox right out of the way. That's what you want to see out of your non-stars. And now time is a factor on Orlando's comeback attempt. They were down 21-0 at the end of the first quarter. Since then outscored Baltimore 19-10. First and 10 of the Orlando 12. Handoff to Snyder back in the game? No, that's still Chandler. 1-yard pickup. It looks like Snyder's night is done. Lambert on the tackle. A strong night for Elliott Snyder. Not a lot of flashiness, but Snyder's really never been a flashy guy. Orlando still has all 3 timeouts, has not elected to use any of them, still hoping they can hold to a field goal. And we hit the 2-minute warning. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're home to the Crab Call. This is Baltimore Crab Radio, 96.1, WBCR The Drive. 87.7 rating for Dazzo. Has 2 picks tonight to go along with 2 touchdowns, 282 yards. Dazzo hands it off. That is Snyder back in the game for touchdown number 3 on the ground. Elliott Snyder. He took a break. I thought he was done. Broke a tackle from Stephen Lambert, and that does the Orlando Intimidators in finally. They have been hanging around all night long. And Elliott Snyder comes back in to lay the final knockout punch. Snyder tonight, 3 rushing touchdowns and a receiving touchdown. The kicker fell over. That's the 2nd time we have seen a kicker fall, and that extra point still goes through. How about that for talent? $19-point ball game. Orlando's offense still without an offensive touchdown tonight. And we are not used to seeing that out of the Orlando Intimidators from the 8-yard line. Zach Parker on the return up to the 33. Next week, Oklahoma City is at Orlando. That's the Saturday, January 10th game. Followed by Sunday at 7, New York and Minneapolis. And the Monday night game, to accommodate the national championship of college football, that will move to 5 p.m. Central, San Francisco at Cleveland. 1st and 10 at the 33 for Matsumoto, who throws it out to Parker, past the 35, up to the 40. It's a 7-yard gain, 2nd and 3. No huddle for Orlando. Deep ball down the field, incomplete and nearly intercepted. Lorenzo Allen only 6 catches on 11 targets, and it's 3rd and short. The Crabs, they'll have a couple weeks to think about this. This very solid victory. Matsumoto down the middle, that is incomplete. Holloway, the intended receiver, it's 4th down, and I'm not sure if Orlando is going to go for this or not. Outside of field goal range, obviously.
Let's go.
And Matsumoto is going to stay out there. 4th down and 3. 1:29 on the clock. Short drop back, a short slant, and Baltimore held him shy. Thomas Gunner again on the reception, but Jace Reberg, watch this hit. Gunner going nowhere, and a good play call, but execution not there. Don't forget, for daily updates on the Simulation Football League, check us out every day at simulationfl.com for updates. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, subscribe to our YouTube and Twitch channels. Chandler takes the carry, picks up 2 and a timeout Orlando. They're not going to quit on this game. Dan and Peter coming up with your post-game highlights, stats, and analysis.
Second and 7.
The full game in high definition, along with first and second half highlights, will be on YouTube later this evening. Baltimore improves to 3-0 all-time in the preseason as Chandler takes a massive handoff, gain of 12 for a first down. Boy, I tell you, Chandler's come in and shown some good things. In fact, I think Corey Chandler has more rushing yards than Zach Parker tonight. Zach Parker, I mean, he was really bad, and Matsumoto cannot be put in the position of having to throw over and over and over again. He just has never proven to be that type of quarterback. Victory formation here for Baltimore. Orlando will burn their last time out. Joel Lynn has to be extremely proud of his defense tonight. 12 offensive points allowed, no touchdowns. Maybe 10 yards of offense, maybe. Baltimore will take 2 kneel downs and get out of here with a win. It was an ugly night in Baltimore in terms of the weather. It had some small technical errors. And a stir-up in the chat room about rules in regards to substituting on punt and kickoff returns, which will be decided internally by the league this evening and tomorrow. But other than all those things, focusing on the game, Baltimore Crabs looked very good. And Orlando has some work to do. Crabs do not miss a beat without Thomas Paternitti, who we get to see tomorrow night when Minneapolis travels to take on the new-look San Francisco Bulldogs. That team, a very interesting case, as Rocco Marconi will face that very daunting, very good San Francisco Bulldog defense. And the MVP, Randall Watts and Jordan Gray on the defensive line. So Dan and Peter have your post-game call coming right up, and we'll come back for wrap-up here on Baltimore Crab Radio, 96.1 WBCR The Drive.
And that will do it for tonight's game. The Crabs come out on top, 38-19. With that, let's look back at some of the plays that made the difference in this one. So, the ball game is over. Let's take a quick look back at how it went with our post-game show. We'll pick up the action midway through the third quarter. Hockman was in the right place at the right time as his interception was a possible momentum shifter. After getting an interception, the Crabs already inside field goal range. Number 36 had to work to find an opening, but he was able to haul this one in. A 14-yard touchdown for the home team. Midway through the third, the Intimidators, trailing by 18. Number 3 would find his target on this one. They close in a little. They are now down by 15. The Intimidators, end of the third quarter, number 3 went to work on third down, and he was able to find his man. Unfortunately, they could not capitalize on the play. The Intimidators trailing 31-16. Blake shows some great awareness here as he gets himself into position to pick this one off. After driving 18 yards on 6 plays, number 86 is summoned for the field goal attempt. Good snap, good spot, good kick. Hey, 3 points. The Intimidators connect for the 4th time in this one. Trying to answer back, the Crabs out in front by 12. Number 36 would get up ahead of steam, and then it was clear sailing from here. And that's how we'll round this one out. The Crabs win this one 38-19. Okay, here's your 2K Sports Player of the Game.
Number 36 proved once again why he's one of the best. Well, they put the game on his legs, Dan, and he managed to find his way through holes big and small all game en route to a big rushing performance. And that performance led his team to victory.
For my partner, Peter O'Keefe, this is Dan Stevens saying goodbye until next time.
Welcome back to Baltimore as we take a look at the post-game stats. Obviously, Baltimore scoring 21 points in that first quarter was huge. 265 total yards of offense for Orlando. That was it. 423 for Baltimore. 12 rushing yards for Orlando. The backup running back for Baltimore, more rushing yards than Zach Parker tonight. And Orlando goes the game without a rushing touchdown, or without Zach Parker. He was bad. Let's just put it that way. He was bad. Ono Matsumoto also not great. He had to throw the ball 53 times, however, because of a lack of running game. Mike Dazzo had the better night, 29 of 40 for 282. Did have 2 interceptions, however. Zach Parker, 14 attempts, 9 yards. I mean, these are not good numbers out of a gold star back. Elliott Snyder, same old Snyder, man. The guy's unbelievable. 22 attempts, 121 yards, and 3 touchdowns. And Corey Chandler coming in 4 carries, 24 yards behind that Baltimore offensive line. Thomas Gunner, brilliant. 12 catches, 137 yards. He was outstanding. Snyder, 15 receptions and scored a touchdown. Lorenzo Allen, 6 for 71. DJ Greenwood did a pretty good job of locking him down in his first game as a Crab. Out at 6 for 94, most of that done in the first quarter. Isaac Perez, 5 for 32. Very good night for the tight end. And Nick Quick just got to the century mark. 5 catches for 100 yards and a touchdown. Defensively, Stephen Lambert, 6 tackles, 3 assisted, but that's well under what we're used to seeing out of Lambert. Dazzo had 6 tackles, 4 assisted. Hittner, 6 tackles. Lacoste had 5. Poachman had a great night. 6 tackles, 1 sack, 1 pass defended. He even had an interception. Great night for the non-star inside linebacker. And A.J. Lacoste had 5 tackles for Orlando. So that just about does it here from Baltimore, Maryland. Crabs win 38-19 in both teams' first preseason game. Tomorrow night on the SFL Network, the San Francisco Bulldogs host the Minneapolis Maulers as we get our first look at the Maulers and Thomas Paternitti's scheme and strategy there in cold and blustery Minnesota. They'll have to take the trip to beautiful California. Oh, what a shame for them. Meanwhile, Orlando has some work to do. They join Cleveland in the 0-1 ranks this preseason. From all of us here in Baltimore, I am the play-by-play commentator of the Simulation Football League, Cameron Irvine, and we'll see you tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Central. Have a great night, everybody.